Well, welcome Kamloops Alliance Church to the monthly update. I'm so glad that you're here. And just again, this just becomes a vehicle of communicating what's going on. And so we talk about finances, and moving forward, we're talking about ministries and capital campaigns. So thanks for tuning in and just spending a few minutes with us as we just go through the life and happenings here at Kamloops Alliance Church. So thank you for that. Just going to the finances real quick. Basically, wow. Wow, this is amazing, church. It is just so good to see God at work. When God leads his people, and then he provides. And so as we're looking at our finances, that's one way that we're seeing God providing for us. There's so many things happening in our life of our church. We've just hired so many new people, so many great staff. So there's so much life, so many ministries are coming up. We just had kickoff and we've had ministry fair. And so there's so many things happening, but one of the indicators is how we're financially doing. In church, God's just blessed us tremendously. So as we look at the income for the month of August, we were looking at 123,000 coming in, but we actually saw 139. Our expenses were budgeted for 192 and they came in at 137. Now, part of the savings of that difference there between the actual and the budget expenditures has to do that we had some open vacancies in roles that just weren't filled yet. And so we had those vacancies, as well as we were able to, some things actually, believe it or not, were cheaper than what we thought were going to be. And so at the end of the day, we actually came across a lot stronger than we would have in the terms of expense-wise. Now we have our staff positions hired and filled, and it's amazing. It's incredible. And so we're just so thrilled to have our new staff members on board. But if you're wondering, that's partially why we have the savings that we're seeing right there. So then year to date, well, 245 was what we budgeted for, and we saw 251 come in. So we're definitely further ahead. It's probably about a couple percentages ahead of what we're expecting, which just, again, is a testimony to God's faithfulness. And then the expenditures were a lot less than expected so far. So really, at the end of the day, we were expecting to have a $100,000 shortfall, which, and for those of you panicking, we totally budget for at the end of the year. So at the end of the year, we're, as a not-for-profit, we account on a balanced budget. But that means that some months we're going to be below, and then some months we're going to be above, and it all evens out. So we were expecting to be a $100,000 loss, and turns out at the end of the day, we're only at a $17,000 loss, which, church, I don't need to tell you, that's almost an $80,000 difference of where we were expecting to be and where we are. So, church, thank you. It is just so neat to see God provide. When he calls us into things, he provides the means to do that. So in terms of restricted donations, again, I just want to bring you up to date as to what happens with some of the areas of our finances that are specifically earmarked for certain things. Care Connections is $8,000. Missions and Outreach, we've so far $10,000 is coming for that. And the Capital Reserve at $5,000. Now, I want to take a couple moments here and just explain to some of you, as we're looking at capital campaign, and the difference between the capital campaign and the capital reserve. The capital reserve funds exist and will continue to exist as an account dedicated for expenses around the building that need maintenance. So parking lot or roof or chairs or paint, just things that are asset-based that improve the life of this building, those are under the capital reserve. Separate to that is the Beyond All Capital campaign, which we're starting to make traction with and have conversations around. That will be a different pocket, a different bucket, if you will, designated solely for all the things that we're trying to do here in the church as far as the campaign goes. So we've got two things going on. We have Capital Reserve, and those are just for the day-to-day ongoing cost of the asset of this building. And then secondly, we have the capital campaign, the Beyond All Stewardship campaign, when it comes to raising funds for that specifically. So two different things. Moving forward, I'll make sure to be able to represent those differently, just so we know where we're at with those things. Okay, great. Thanks for joining in. Look, this last couple of weeks have been amazing. We had kickoff, we had ministry fair. It's just a reminder of just what a gift the church is to not only the community, but what a gift the church is to us as Christians, as a body of believers. And so we're just going to go through a few pictures of what it was like this year. It was amazing. It was awesome. Thank you for all those people who volunteered. Thank you for all those people who stepped up and leaned in. I took an army of, I think, 200 volunteers to make these two events go off. So thank you to those people. And yeah, this is the life of our church in action.